When I present a show for the first time, I like to wear red underwear.
Oh. David's team, what do you think?
People were genuinely moved by that. Why?
Red is a colour synonymous with luck and fortune, with the Chinese, anyway. And I...
Right.
Chris, you must know what superstitions you
I don't follow superstitions.
You should. You'd be really good then. The Chinese, this Chinese thing with red, none of you looked like you had any recognition of that. I thought this was quite well known.
No, I associate red with sort of communism and, and the colour bits of the map are painted during the glory days of the British Empire.
The Chinese do get married in red, don't they?
But you're not Chinese. Why do you find that the need to go for a Chinese customer?
Yeah, what's wrong with our luck? What's wrong with a nice horseshoe or something? You have to go for Chinese luck. That's better. Alternative luck. Nothing on good conventional luck. An operation, not acupuncture.
I'm not sure if there are actually any colours synonymous with luck in the UK. I'm not really sure.
Why don't you stick two magpies in your bra? Bad luck.
I do actually say, if I see one magpie, I say, hello, Mr. Magpie, how's your partner? Because you have to say partner. You can't say wife or husband.
Right.
That would be assuming that they have a heterosexual relationship.
So a magpie...
It's political correctness gone mad.
David, what do you reckon?
It's very hard. I'm a very indecisive person, as you know, Rob. It's very...
Well, hang on a minute. As you know, Rob, that makes it sound like I'm always coming on to and you're always saying I can't make my mind up.
What do you think?
Well, it's a difficult one.
You're the captain, come on. It's your choice.
You want me to show leadership? Oh, Christ. I'm gonna...
Can you imagine if he'd have been on your Olympic training team? I can't get to win. Well, just try cycling quicker. I don't know. I can't. Just...
You're saying it's...
I'm saying true.
You're saying it's...
I think it's a lie, but...
on balance, I think it's a lie. So I'm going to say lie.
You're saying that your team consider it a lie, Gabby Logan. Is it a lie or is it the truth?
It is the truth.
Oh!
Yes, it's true. When Gabby presents a show for the first time, she does like to wear red underwear. Actually, when I'm presenting, I like to wear my lucky pants. I've had them for 10 years and I'm sticking to them.
I once had a snog with one of the people here on Would I Lie to You Tonight.
Whoa! One of us 6. Yeah, 6. You...
Hang on a minute, I'm here as well.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, you're one of me.
She didn't snog herself.
Oh, that's true, that's true, that's true. Oh, God. Oh, my word. I think my poor grasp of mathematics has never been more cruelly exposed.
So one of us 6 people... Why am I saying one of us 6? I know it wasn't me. One of them 5. Was it you?
It's true.
No, I'm Spartacus.
You see, I definitely...
Very awkward if all 6 of us have snogged.
But she could only remember one.
If it's true, will the person remember, or is it like a drunken thing, or...?
I don't know if they will remember.
This is getting awkward. If this is true, this could be very awkward.
I don't know.
How many years ago?
I think it was in 98, so 15 years ago.
Just a snog.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be David at university, isn't it?
Why, did they go to university together?
They're both Cambridge, aren't they?
We did.
Yes.
And were you in the same...
No,
The plot thickens.
David is quite a lot younger than me, so...
But were you still hanging around the university?
trying to prey on freshers in Freshers Week. What you haven't said yet, Mel, is you haven't really painted a lovely picture for us of the circumstances, where you were.
Yep.
Just talk us through that.
It was a works do.
Not me. I've never worked in my life.
It was a works do, and everyone had been working very, very hard. It was a long series, and it was the end of term party.
Stop
end of
looking
series
at me,
party.
Mel.
What was the series?
It was the England rugby team 2000.
Was it a test series?
it was a show back in the late 90s.
Was it Late Lunch?
It was called Late Lunch.
So the show you did Late Lunch, was the person you kissed a guest on the show, or were they a regular on it, or...?
No, we were colleagues.
This is a totally new type of round.
This is...
You stop trying to work out whether it's true or not, just who it
was.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Wait, who was it that you kissed? Was it Rob? Please tell me when you kissed him he didn't do that. Who was it that you kissed?
Dermot. It was Dermot.
Dermot?
It was Dermot.
Wow. This is a weird one now, because if it's not true, poor Dermot now has got to answer all these questions.
I don't think you're allowed to question other panellists.
Oh, this is
not his card.
No, we're in new territory. This has never happened before.
Rob?
My proclamation is thus. You can quiz O'Leary. However, he doesn't have to answer unless he so chooses.
Well, to be fair, that's true with everyone. We're going to be legally required to speak. If you want to make people talk when they don't want to, you have to waterboard them.
I'm happy to waterboard him if you want to...
Mel, what was Dermot doing in this show?
Dermot was the guy responsible for getting the audience in.
Has Dermot said if he remembers this?
Dermot, do you remember this?
That would scupper my team's chance. I can't answer that.
Yeah, that's handy. You mean no? So you were working on...
I was working on London.
What was your position?
I was I was sort of audience researcher. So
oh, that's handy. Just what she just said, yeah. In 1998, were you in a relationship, or is it OK to push you on this?
I'm not sure.
You said at the time, Dermot, that you weren't in a relationship.
Oh, well, he can't have been there.
Yeah.
OK.
So what are you going to say then, Lee? What are you thinking?
That's an interesting one, this, isn't it? What do you think?
It feels
plausible.
like... Do you think?
It's plausible.
It is plausible.
Definitely plausible.
But I just think O'Leary's been too kind of reticent on the details and the facts.
Yeah, but he could be awkward because he doesn't remember, or he remembers very well and he's trying to play for his team.
Gentleman doesn't tell.
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
Based on O'Leary.
Matt, what are you thinking on this?
I'm not sure. I don't think the dates fit. Lie.
Well, go with lie then.
You're saying it's a lie?
I think it might be true, but I'm going with my team and saying lie.
Mel, it was a wonderful, wonderful tale. Was it true, or were you telling a lie?
Well, Rob, gents, Dermot, I was telling the truth.
I have possession.
Ah, right. Well, then take out the box underneath. That's it. Pop it on the desk.
These are some of the birthday cards that I've posted to my pets.
OK.
Without looking at the cards, can you tell us which
Oh, no,
the pets are?
these are all sent to Sydney. No, hang on a second. That's to Jodie.
Who's Sydney?
Sydney's the dog.
Right. Jodie.
Jodie Marsh lives in a basket under a bed.
Jodie's the rabbit.
Have you always had pets?
Ever since I was a small child. My mum actually ran over a cat once, so we weren't allowed cats after that. But my...
Seems rather unfair. Was she afraid that the cat community would take their revenge? Can we ever look at the cards?
No, you can't. No.
You can look at them if you want to. Chris, would you get them so we can all enjoy your thighs?
Thank you.
Walk across the stage.
You can't read them. You can just look at the front.
You can take them and read them, do whatever you want.
You can't.
Yes, he can.
Touch those
No, you
cards
can't.
and you'll be cycling on the other side
You
of your
can't.
face.
The rules of the game say you can't.
If you think that's going to stop me, you are so mistaken. Give them over. Hand them over.
Gabby, hold on to your principles.
I can't find them.
Cards now. Thank you. Now, it's a shame we had to do that, wasn't it?
We might as well, now we've... Well, this one is to Michael. Is that a pet name for Jodie or Sydney? I don't know. It's sort of, in a way, it's less trivial than the pet's own name. This is to Sherbet.
Why is this one to Sherbet?
Because Sydney's real pedigree name is Sherbet Arundai Grunschfeld.
Really? And why didn't you mention that?
Rundai.
Grunschfeld.
That's his official name. Sydney is a nickname, and in an official birthday card, you use a
Sherbet
shortening of the
Arundai.
official name. Who's Michael?
Michael.
OK, look.
No, Jodie the rabbit does this dance where she goes, oh! And we said, she looks like Michael Jackson.
So, David,
Right.
what are you going to say? It's a difficult one.
I just... the thing is...
It's got to be a lie, surely.
I think we think
I'm
it's a
sorry,
lie.
we've got to go for a
You're
lie.
saying lie. OK, so,
saying it's a
Gabby,
lie, yes.
were you telling the truth or were you telling us a lie?
I was telling a lie.
So please welcome this week's special guest, Sid. So, Chris Tarrant, what is Sid to you?
This is my dentist, Sid, and I had to drive her to A&E after biting her finger during a checkup.
Right, Mel, could you explain how you know Sid?
This is Sid. We once posed as members of an orchestra to gain backstage access to meet our idol.
Finally, David, what is your relationship with Sid?
This is Sid. Last year...
Sorry. There's something about you. I don't think you know any women or anyone called Sid.
In which case you'll be saying that it's a lie.
Correct.
This is Sid.
Lie.
This is Sid. Last year, she rescued me when a seaside donkey went haywire with me on its back.
Can I just say, I retract my earlier comment. True.
So, there we have it. Chris's disgruntled dentist, Mel's orchestral imposter, or David's seaside saviour. Lee, where do you want to start?
Well, shall we start? Let's start with Chris. What was she doing that made you bite down so hard?
She's actually a very accomplished dentist. Her real name is Sydney Matthews. She is the junior partner in a company called Matthews and Priddy in Weybridge in Surrey.
Whoa.
Who are
Sorry,
top
her real name is
dentists.
Sydney.
Sydney.
Sydney, girl's name Sydney.
I couldn't understand what he was saying, but now someone shouted it really loudly in Welsh. It's a lot clearer. So, sorry, Chris, say it again.
I fixed up to go and have a temporary crown taken out and put the proper one in.
Oh, yeah. Coronation, was it? You're getting above yourself, Tarrant.
So she starts doing this little bit of drilling, and of course you've got so much going in now. I'm going, it really hurts, I want to unattack it. And she says, what? At which point I bit her finger, in fact 2 fingers, really quite badly. And she is pouring blood.
And does Sid treated you since?
No, but she's due to in about 3 months, so I'm trying to be quite nice to her.
Right, do you want to move on to another suspect?
Mm-hmm. David, what did it do, the donkey?
It ran suddenly in one direction with me on its back.
No.
Yes.
Where were you? I bet he says
was on
Blackpool.
No, I was on the beach. It was in Norfolk.
And a beach in Norfolk. Do you know which beach? I know Norfolk quite well. Which beach in Norfolk was it?
Oh, damn. It was Great Yarmouth.
When was this?
It was last year.
Do they let adults ride donkeys?
Good question. Ask him.
Yes, they do. They did. I got on the donkey, it went haywire.
What?
You saying I'm a liar? The donkey went haywire and Sid rescued me.
But what scared the donkey?
Yeah, I can answer that.
What scared...
You haven't explained why you were on the donkey. When I look at you, I don't think donkey.
Thank you.
I think Mel does.
The aim was... One child of some friends of mine wanted to have a donkey ride and then sort of was a bit nervous of the donkey ride and I said, well, I'd have a donkey ride to sort of demonstrate that it was, you know, fine and safe.
Oh, so it was a disaster.
It was a disaster.
Yeah.
It was an absolute disaster. A very, very sad day.
Did you have to pay for the ride?
I think so, yeah.
Do you remember roughly what what that was?
I think roughly about £1,000. Might have been less than 1,000. Certainly not a million.
Would it be
not
fair
a
to say-
million pounds, and it wasn't like 4p.
David, how did Sid rescue you?
She had a geographical advantage on the donkey because I don't think I'm being rude to Sid to say that she probably couldn't have matched this crazed beast for speed. She was over where the donkey was headed, sort of near there, and was able to intercept and grab the bit of string that's attached to a donkey's face.
It's like having Zara Phillips with us, isn't it? Yeah. It really is.
I've literally never seen a donkey in your life.
Right, what about Mel, then?
Just remind us again of your story.
This is Sid.
Yeah.
And we once posed as members of an orchestra.
Yeah.
To meet our idol.
Right.
Who's the idol, just for fun?
Leslie Judd, the ex-Blue Peter presenter.
You don't need to tell me who Leslie Judd is.
So, does Leslie Judd also play in an orchestra?
Not that I know of.
What was she doing there?
What was she
then?
doing there?
She was hosting the event.
Where was it?
It was in Oxford Town Hall.
And you were how old?
16.
You say you posed as orchestra members. How did you go and buy an instrument?
We borrowed from a friend, funnily enough, a cello case.
Well, that's all you'd need, because one of you gets in it.
Yeah.
So hang on, when you were 16, I'm just thinking this through. Leslie Judd, as we all know, is a Blue Peter presenter back in the glorious heyday
Fab Four. The
of
Fab
Blue
Four.
Peter. Exactly.
Noakes, Purvis, Singleton, Judd.
When
Yeah.
grown-ups used to...
Yeah.
When grown-ups used to host
Exactly.
Blue Peter.
Yeah.
Great times.
Did it work?
We got past security.
I'm not sure about this security business, to be honest with you. I can imagine a meeting.
Town Hall.
Oxford Town Hall, where they're going, here we go on next week. Leslie Judd is hosting an orchestra. We're going to need some security.
Did she sign anything for you?
She did, yep. I had a Blue Peter annual.
Yeah.
I think Leslie was in circus gear on the front.
I've got that one.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
All right, we need an answer, so... What are you going to say?
I think it's Chris.
You think Chris
Because
bit a lady?
Sid, more importantly,
Yeah.
looks like she could be a very good dentist.
No, you see, I have to disagree. I disagree. If we're going by looks alone, I'd say she's more likely to have manhandled a donkey. Well, we can't just go by looks, can we?
I think she looks like a really lovely friend of Mel's.
We need an answer, so...
Alex thinks it's Chris. Are you sticking with that?
I'm sticking 100%.
And Lee, presumably, you think me?
Despite my real gut reaction that it's David, I would say, of the two, we will go with Mel. Or will we go with Chris?
Split the difference. Me!
Go on, let's say Mel.
You're saying Mel. OK, so, Sid, would you like to reveal your true identity?
My name is Sid, and Mel and I posed as members of an orchestra in order to meet our idol.
When I want to remember something late at night, instead of writing it down, I just grab an object from my bedside table and throw it across the room.
There we are. Lee, what do you think?
So what's the theory behind that?
Well, I think that if I throw it in the morning, I'll remember what it was that I was trying to remember.
So, for example, if you were lying in bed and you were thinking, I must remember tomorrow to pick up the pillow, you'd get the pillow, you'd throw it...
Have you experimented with slightly easier techniques of remembering stuff, like pen and paper, maybe?
It is quite odd to throw things, but actually, in a way, having a pen and paper next to your bed, I would say is odder. I'd be more freaked out like it was some sort of marking system.
Is that why there's pen and paper next to the beds in hotels? It's in case people want to mark each other.
It's not just for countdown, David. When was the last time you did it?
Do you remember?
No, I was just...
Sorry, what was that? What was that?
That was an odd moment,
That
wasn't it?
First of all, we're trying to work out which of the two of you she's looking at. If If indeed was it both?
What happened there is I considered saying something and then stopped myself. I thought before anyone had noticed I'd considered saying something.
And I, comedic effect, pretended that we were sleeping together.
Trust me, we knew it was for comedic effect.
Yeah. It's the only reason anyone ever does sleep with me.
So, no, the last time that I did it was to remember... I think I hadn't done my kids' school lunch boxes, so it was to remember to do their lunch boxes.
Right. Does it have to be something related? So if it's to remember to book a taxi, do you throw a model taxi onto the floor? Is it something that will there be a clue? Will the clue be there as we go through?
The clue is when
I'm doing David Frost.
Somehow, when I trip over them in the morning, it just immediately triggers.
So, Lee, what's it going to be?
I think it's a 50-50 one, this.
Well.
Oh,
50-50.
no. Sorry.
What would your percentage balance be?
I think 100% it's a lie.
That's a big call.
Which way are you leaning, Christian?
Oh.
Oh, for heaven's sake, please, must this be a festival of smut?
I suspect it's probably true.
I think I'm going to lean more towards Christian and say that is true.
You're saying true. OK, Gabby, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling the truth.
So please welcome this week's special guest, Shailene. So, we will begin with Dermot. Dermot, what is Shailene to you?
This is Shailene, and I asked Shailene out 156 times.
Mel, how do you know Shailene?
This is Shailene. When we were kids, I cut her hair to plump up the stuffing in my teddy bear.
There we are. Finally, David
I want
Mitchell.
that to be true. I want that to be
that's
true.
amazing.
How do you know Shailene, David?
This is Shailene. She is the swimming pool lifeguard who talked me into letting go of the diving board I was clinging to after I panicked mid-boing.
So, there we have it. It's, is it Dermot's romance rejecter, Mel's teddy stuffing supplier, or David's diving board saviour? Lee, where do you want to start?
Wow, where do we start with that one? Dermot, when was this?
I would have been probably 14, and Shailene was a year younger than me.
How did you do it? Was it all face-to-face?
Yep.
As opposed to what?
We went to...
He was 14?
Oh,
sorry.
Do you know, before... it was all different.
Did you in the old days, what we used to do is just press our faces against the bathroom window and shout.
Dermot, just to be clear, how many times did you ask her out?
156.
In how many sittings?
Probably over the course of about 18 months.
18 months.
Why did you count them?
Yeah.
Because...
It takes 156 times for him to know she's not interested.
After a while, I suppose it became like almost like a rite of passage. Shailene lived in a different village to the village I grew up in.
Which village was this?
I grew up in a village called Marks Tay, and Shailene lived in Great Tay. Normally...
Where was this? Mordor?
and Shailene went to the same youth club as me.
Youth club? Let's get him more rock and roll, this story.
Shailene was the only girl in the village who had black hair, and...
Have you looked to your left? At least made this realistic.
Yeah. She had black hair, jet black hair, all in kind of a lovely sort of 80s Madonna-style quiff.
So the first time you asked her out, she said no. How long did you leave it till the second time?
The next week.
So it was every week you were doing it?
Yeah.
Every week, 156 weeks, 18
sometimes
months.
Twice
That
a
adds
week.
up.
Sometimes twice a week.
Rob's thinking it does, but it doesn't.
Sometimes like twice a week, sometimes twice in the same night. Oh, go on, go out.
So when it got to 100, did you not think, probably not going to happen?
Thought I'm still in. Keep batting.
Lee, who else would you like to quiz?
Who should we go with next?
Mel.
OK, so how old were you?
When the haircutting happened.
Yes, obviously, I don't mean...
Oh, sorry.
No, how old were you on your 12th birthday?
So, Shailene's older sister, Charlotte, is a good friend of mine.
Shailene and Charlotte?
Yes, Shailene and Charlotte.
Who was her dad? Sean Connery?
Shailene and Charlotte came over to ours to do a sleepover. We had a bunk bed, and I wanted her to sleep on the top bunk.
Yeah, this is the bit, you see.
Because we had a game in our house whereby if you slept on the top bunk, you had to drape your hair over the side of the
like
bunk.
Rapunzel. I tell you what, Dermot, I'm glad you didn't go back to hers now. he says, no problem, my hair's too short. She went, don't worry, use something else. Go on.
I had a secret plan with Shailene. I wanted her to fall asleep on the top bunk so that I could cut her beautiful hair.
Now-
I didn't cut that much.
Right. How much did you cut? That's
2
a
inches.
lot of hair.
So having cut this hair off,
Yes.
what did you do with it?
So I had this lovely, beloved teddy bear patch and had a bit of a hole in it.
What?
I remember exactly where.
Where?
Shoulder down to mid-arm.
How did the hole start? Did you make the hole?
Just love. Just love.
Is that what you call love? Ripping off a man's arm?
Dermot.
Lee, what about David?
David, remind us again of this utter truth.
Shailene is the swimming pool lifeguard who talked me down when I was clasping onto a diving board.
Were you actually hanging off it?
Yeah, I had like my arms around it like that, and it was at head height.
But how did you get to that position?
I was considering jumping off the diving board, and I remained indecisive too long in the process.
And at the last minute you went but panicked and stopped.
Exactly.
And of course,
and I sort of
because you weren't
slid off it and grabbed it, and then was left there dangling.
And had you gone to the pool specifically to dive, or had you gone with a bunch of mates and you were larking around, bombing, heavy petting, all the things that we're not supposed to do, but if I know you, the rebel that you are, you'd have been doing them.
It was one of my regular late-night music parties in the municipal baths.
How old were you?
It was recently.
How recently?
It was just about an hour ago. No, it was last autumn.
I'd have thought if David Mitchell had been hanging off a diving board, someone would have taken a photo and tweeted that, wouldn't they?
I don't think you're allowed to have your mobile phones in swimming pools.
Come the advent of the aquaphone, my water sports days are over.
Have you ever dived in off a diving board head first at that point?
No, and I certainly wasn't planning on doing this head first.
Oh, you were going to go feet first?
Absolutely.
And so you jumped... You started...
I was thinking of this programme, and I thought, well, I can lose up to about there and it'll be fine. They could prop the remnant on a bar stool, and I can still do the job. So I thought, I'll go in with the non-panel show end first.
As you've leapt off, at that point you think, I'm going in, change your mind, spin in the air, grab the board and land and just do that. Because I think that's a 10. I think it's a 10.
It was the moment of indecision
That made you stumble.
Changed how I mean, I can't entirely...
Did you...
It's bizarre, considering it happened to me. I can't entirely visualise it.
So, what are you thinking, Lee?
I want to know exactly how Shailene talked down David.
She said, are you all right? Which, wasn't the best question in the world, but...
She's clearly trained.
Yes.
What did you say?
I think I said something like, oh, yeah, sorry, I slipped.
Sorry, I slipped? 1 minute you're panicking, and then sorry, I slipped. Forgive me.
She stood at the side.
Even in near-death situations, you're middle class. Sorry, I slipped, my dear.
I didn't say...
Could you fetch my cravat? It appears to have wafted away.
I didn't say sorry I slipped in a suave tone of voice. But I did say sorry because it's very deeply ingrained in me to apologise at almost any occasion.
So how did you say it then, if you didn't say it in a suave
Sorry
way?
I slipped! Sorry I slipped!
Like that. You were quite panicked.
I was quite panicked.
What happened then? What did she say?
She said, it's all right, stay calm. Too late. I screamed.
Where is she? She's on the floor, is she on up top?
She has got on the diving board.
Well, she's up there
give it a
with
little
you.
wobble, yeah? She's giving it a little wobble.
She's not got to the boingy end.
Do you mind if I have a little skip whilst we're doing this?
It was only after a few minutes had passed that she threatened to boing me off.
Wow! I'll tell you what, these municipal swimming pools... Do you know what? I would say that constitutes heavy petting.
So you were hanging on for a few minutes?
No, not really for a few. I think for about 4 or 5 minutes.
4 or 5 minutes?
Oh, no,
What, the eagle-eyed lifeguard?
She just...
Oh, I wish I could use me whistle. How did she make you go from I don't want to let go to let go? What kind of words did she use?
It's OK, just drop in. You know, promise you won't
Just
hit
drop
the bottom.
in! I'm around 3 o'clock till 6 on Thursday.
She just
Do you
said,
have Earl Grey ice cream?
Feel free to drop in anytime you like.
So go on. Yeah, so go on.
You know,
So you're hanging up. What did she say to make you let go?
I think it's fine. You won't hurt yourself. She said, this happens a lot. If you'd come in here half an hour earlier, there'd been 3 of you on 3 of the boards. Only just cleared the last backlog.
OK, so Lee, we need an answer. Is Shailene Dermot's romance rejecter, Mel's teddy stuffing supplier, or David's diving board saviour? What do you think?
David has had to hang on to something for 4 or 5 minutes.
That's a long... That's a long time to hang on. You couldn't hang on that long.
Dermot said she had black hair.
156.
There's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot, and it's a very specific number.
Too precise.
I think Mel...
It's got to be Mel.
Mel had emotion and feeling.
You say Mel?
I would go Mel.
I'll go with the team and say Mel.
You're all in agreement. OK. Shailene, please reveal your true identity.
Hi, I'm Shailene, and Dermot asked me out 156
Thank you, Shailene. Thank you very much.
I once had to give Alan Hansen a piggyback across a muddy car park because he didn't want to ruin his new suede shoes.
Please, team.
Who is Alan Hansen?
He was.
Are you serious, by the way?
No.
Oh, OK.
No, I think he's the handsome Thunderbirdy one.
That's right, yes.
Where was this?
Old Trafford.
That was the muddy field?
No, the car park outside of Old Trafford.
Oh, it was the car park of Old
Trafford. It was a very wet, typical kind of northwest day. And
Let's not be northernist.
The car park was actually flooded in some areas and quite wet. And we'd had an evening match. It was an FA Cup replay, and he was joking about his shoes, and I, for a laugh, said, "Just jump on."
And how far?
How do you think I got to host match of the day?
How far did you take it? Him?
It wasn't far. We'd just come out where the studio is, and it was probably from here to that camera over there. Mark Lawrenson said, oh, don't worry, Gabby will give you a lift. And I said, I will. I'm strong.
So Mark Lawrenson suggested it to Alan Hansen.
No, because...
Jump on her back.
Who is Mark Lawrenson?
Al said... Oh, hang on a second. Al said...
Please don't start impressions, because he will start. That's all I ask for you tonight. Please tell me what he called it wasn't.
Is it all right if I jump on your back, Gabby?
Is that Mark Lawrenson or Alan Hansen?
And Mark Lawrenson went, hey, go on, jump on her back. And you feel like you were there, don't you? You feel like you were there.
If you're going to come on your John Hansen, you've got to be absolutely sure you're John Hansen for it. If that's how you made in front of your head, or more time you got to say what you see anyway, it doesn't matter there. You've got to come from the back and get up front.
2 words for you, Duncan Bannatyne. That's it. Alan Hansen is, that is, woeful defending.
What?
Woeful defending.
What are you doing now? That's Harry Seacombe.
So, I still want to focus on the details.
OK.
Has Hansen in any way given you any warning, or has he just lunged and
To be
jumped?
fair, he did. He kind of went, oh, she wouldn't be able to carry me, and that was a red rag to a bull. I just went, yes, I will.
No, that sounds awful.
I don't know. I get used to those kinds of requests at work, you know?
So what do you think? Could she have done this?
Well, I mean, I'm still not entirely sure who Alan Hansen is. I've got very confused with all these different impressions because they're all quite different.
Well, there's just like Duncan Ballantyne. You're always going like, oh, yeah, I do this one of us, doing it anyway. I'm out. So what are you going to say?
I wish Alan Hansen had a catchphrase, that would have helped me.
You did. You'll never win it with kids.
You'll never wear anything with kids.
You'll never win anything with kids.
That's a phrase you don't want to be taken out of context.
He was referring to Manchester United, who,
who
had
have children paying for them.
All right, what's it going to be?
I'm sure it's true.
You think it's true?
I don't think it's true. Sorry. I just have this feeling deep inside that Alan Hansen and Mark Lawrenson don't speak to Gabby.
I know what you mean.
Again.
I've been swayed now.
Since I don't know who any of these people are, maybe you should go with Bob.
OK. Bob will take leadership.
OK.
And responsibility. As we say, it is a lie.
So, Gabby, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Oh.
I once licked David Bowie's cake just to be close to him.
David.
Now, I would have thought that was not a good way of being close to him, but that was a way of being forcibly removed from his presence. So how did licking his cake bring you close to him?
Right, so, it was the 1980s. I believe it was the year of the Glass Spider tour.
Yeah.
I was working as a waitress.
In a cocktail
bar.
Not a Bowie song.
I was going to say, I'm sure. I'm no expert, but that's not one of his.
That much is true.
Right.
Thank you. And
so, Mel, if you were working as a waitress...
It wasn't a cocktail bar, it was a cappuccino bar, because it was the 80s. So I was working as a waitress in a cappuccino bar.
Hang on, was cappuccino popular in the 80s? Let's get this...
Yeah, they came in the 80s, didn't they?
They arrived in Port Talbot a week last Thursday.
Anyway, I'm not quite good-looking enough / slim enough to be serving at tables.
Oh, right.
So
did they tell you this? Did they say, I'm sorry, love, I'm sorry.
No.
I can't have you serving the customers, I'm sorry.
We're going to have to hide you round the back making the froth.
No, pretty much. I was a washer-upper in the aforementioned cappuccino bar. Now, massive excitement one day. I'm in the back doing the washing up. The word is spreading like wildfire. Bowie's in, Bowie's in, Bowie's in. I saw him in profile, sitting
How did you see him from
at
the kitchen?
cappuccino bar because I could look through the door.
You were allowed.
Occasionally.
And all the customers went... and she was grabbed back in again, a manic...
Get back in the chocolate sprinkles pit!
So, Bowie had ordered, let's imagine, I think it was something like a sort of a hot chocolate fudge slice, please, or something like that.
Can we get on to the licking?
Let's get on to the licking.
It's like Friday night in my house.
I thought, I'm not going to get to say hello to him because I'm not allowed to go out front and serve the man. So what can I do just to feel that I have entered him in some way?
Oh, gosh.
I mean, just...
Yes, that some of your DNA has
him.
been ingested by the great man.
Well, what sort of lick? Bearing in mind that this is very much a family show, do the lick for us now.
Plate, slice, it would have been... I'll just try and get back in the zone. It would have just been a...
So it's just a little lick. That's not what I imagined, actually. I thought you would go up and down it a couple of times.
No.
And it's
just a little polite
just
lick.
A touch.
It was full of homage and reverence for the great man. And then obviously it went out and I never saw him again.
It wasn't long after that he was hospitalised. All right, David, what are you thinking? Could this be true?
Well, it could be true, but...
you know, she started off as a waitress, then she became, you know...
A washer-upper.
A washer-upper.
Yes. I think it sounds so absurd and she's been so random that I think there's an element of truth to it.
personally.
So what are you going to say, David? Is it truth or is it a lie?
Well, one or the other. I think on balance it's a lie.
You're going to say lie. So, Mel, licking David Bowie's cake, is it true or was it a lie?
It is a great fat true.
Yes, it's true. Mel did lick David Bowie's cake so she could feel closer to him. So please welcome this week's special guest, Miller. So, Steve, what is Miller to you?
This is Miller. He presented me with a trophy after I rode 2 miles down a river on an inflatable rhino.
Gabby, how do you know Miller?
This is Miller, and I know Miller because we often take one of my dogs flying.
And finally, David, what's your relationship with Miller?
This is Miller. I accidentally outbid him for a cuckoo clock when I sneezed at an auction.
So there we have it. Lee's team, where do you want to start?
Should we start with... Who do you want to start with? Steve?
Yeah.
So, just remind us again, because I'm confused with the words.
So he gave me a trophy after I rode 2 miles down a river on an inflatable rhinoceros.
What a man.
Catherine, did I ever tell you about the time I rode down the river on a real rhinoceros?
It's on.
Just saying.
Why have you kept in touch, Steve?
We haven't.
Did you not like him?
It takes place in Fort William in Scotland, and I very rarely go there.
And is this an annual event?
Yes, it's the river that runs down the side of Ben Nevis, which is a whitewater river, and it's run on lilos, usually.
I've been on that. That amazingly, I honeymooned very near there.
You weren't there at the time that this event was taking place?
No, but I know that is true, that Fort William is near Ben Nevis, so that bit is definitely...
This is the bit I'm worried about now, because I need your help, and so far you go, oh, this is true, there is a mountain.
What's such a big deal about Miller that he got to present the trophy?
That's very aggressively put.
What does Miller do?
The race is run to raise money for the Le Carver Mountain Rescue. It's paddled to raise money for the mountain rescue. And,
what a man.
Miller's...
Was everyone else on an inflatable animal?
Everyone else is on lilos.
As in the traditional, what I'm thinking of as a lilo is just like a bed that's inflatable.
Traditional, what you sleep on when you go camping.
So it's a fun event where it's like the water equivalent of a fun run. You've got to try and stay on in a hostile environment on a lilo that's not designed for it. Yes?
So why did you choose to do a rhino?
I was going off script. I went down to Toys R Us to try and get what I thought would be... I wanted to get an inflatable T-Rex, but they didn't have one. They just had a rhino.
So you're saying there's a great big Toys R Us next to Ben Nevis?
That's not true. That's not true.
All right, what are you going to move on to?
OK, Gabby. Tell me again. Something about dogs flying.
So, Miller has his pilot's licence, and we take my dog flying occasionally.
We?
Me and Miller.
You two take the dog?
Yes, Miller flies the plane.
And what do you do?
Right,
You're a passenger, or are you learning to fly?
No, I'm not yet. I'm not learning to fly yet. But,
That's instantly much more credible, because I thought you meant that your dog flew on its own. So I'd already excluded you from this, but now I understand.
It's not you who wants to go, it's the dog that wants to go.
No, initially I wanted to go. It was an accident the first time. He kept his light aircraft at an airfield, and I had taken... I was taking the dog for a walk in a park nearby, and basically I was supposed to meet my husband to hand the dog over. He'd got delayed, and I turned up, and I was about to say, I'm really sorry, it's not going to happen today, I've got the dog. And Miller's up for it, and he said, just bring the dog with you.
Right.
And that was the first time.
So then what happened the second time?
Well, the dog just loved it. The dog, like, you know...
Did it tell you?
When this man approached you with a plane nearby, you were happy to assume he was a pilot. Take your dog up.
We pre-arranged the whole thing.
I don't think you've told us the breed.
Boxer.
Boxer.
Yeah,
Boxer's a big dog.
Miler's a boxer.
Big dog a boxer. Does he wear a seatbelt?
Yes, but he doesn't... honestly, he's so laid back. He just kind of sinks into the seat and...
He wears a seatbelt?
Well, you strap him in.
Let's put a seatbelt on.
Are you sure he's not terrified?
He's never peed himself on these little hops.
Yeah, but what about the boxer? OK, so this is the bit now, it's the detail. It's the seatbelt.
Well, when
dog
I say
in a seatbelt.
A seatbelt on, because the first time, because I didn't know, you know, if he'd react OK, so I, being his, you know, his mummy...
No, you're not his mummy, Gabby. Oh, your husband is very ugly.
No, but in his...
Final question. If there's a bit of turbulence, do you ever turn around to him and say, is it windy, Miller?
Now, what about David and the cuckoo clock?
Oh, wow. Now, there you go.
Well, I'd be interested to know what your accidental outbid was for what amount.
I think it was about £250.
And had you been bidding up to that point and then stopped?
I had not.
You'd not bid at all?
No.
What were you there for?
I was there because my wife wanted to buy a dining room table.
MFI was shut, was it?
No, because as you've had occasion to mention, Lee, I'm terribly, terribly posh.
Right, and so you could feel it coming on as the bit... And were you worried that this was going to...
Well, no, I wasn't. I didn't think this would happen. I thought it was a ridiculous thing to have happened. If you told me beforehand, would this happen? I'd say, no, I would never believe anything like that could happen.
You have to convince us we're struggling.
Yeah. I get hay fever at some times of the year, and this was one of those times.
You're not going to end this story weirdly. Every time I sneeze, I hold up a number.
I didn't hold up the number. I sort of had the number there, but I didn't hold it up.
What did you do then?
I sneezed.
Surely if the system is you hold up a number, at some point your hand must have come up as well.
You're echoing my very words. That's what I said. Of course, it's a ridiculous situation. Someone sneezes, they just happen to have the number slightly visible and the auctioneer takes that as a bid. What sort of a system's that?
Let's have a quick reenactment of the moment. I mean, you were at 240 pounds going to the gentleman in the nice, soft, crushed velvet. 250 pounds!
What kind of system is this?
How lovely that David Mitchell has bid for this and the money will go to a good home. Thank you, David.
Oh, no, please, auctioneer, but... Oh, all right, I'll be quiet. This is so embarrassing.
So how did you make the connection with the Miller?
Because I was aware that he'd made the penultimate bid, but I tiptoed up to him afterwards and asked if he wanted to buy it for the...
For his last bid.
For his last
which
bid,
was
so
what?
I would only have been, I think, about 10 or less than I'd bid.
But if you exploded like that, I don't believe you would have tiptoed.
And I probably didn't actually tiptoe. I wasn't actually, you know, I was probably resting on the heels of my feet. But I walked what I thought was quite discreetly, although I accidentally bought a couple of vases on the way.
All right, we need an answer. So, is Miller Steve's prize presenter, Gabby's pet pilot, or David's clock collector?
Well, I believe that he gets hay fever, David, but none of the rest of it.
So you believe the cool thing?
Yeah.
So, Catherine, you're saying it's not David?
I don't think it's David. I believe Steve's won trophies, but none of the rest of it. So I believe Gabby. I think that all sounds
You
very
believe
true.
she likes to take a boxer dog flying?
Yeah.
With Miller?
Yeah.
I don't think you can take a dog on a plane, you know...
What
You can take
No,
dogs on planes if you go through the correct channels.
Really? You
They
can.
sent a dog into space.
They never got it back.
They sent a dog into space.
I don't believe Gabby's story, but I do think he looks like a pilot.
Now, you see, if we're going to talk about looks, I would say it's the only time I am going towards David. He looks like a man who's desperate for a cuckoo clock. He looks like a man whose budgie recently died. And he's looking for some company once an hour, but just for a split second.
I'm with Gabby.
You think it's Gabby. You're saying...
Let's say Steve.
When all three of us are agreed it's not David.
Yes.
Yep.
We're going with Gabby and the flying.
You're saying it's Gabby, it's the dog in the plane. Miller, would you please reveal your true identity?
OK, I'm Miller. I presented Steve with a trophy for riding down a river on an inflatable rhino.
Yes, Miller gave Steve a trophy. Thank you, Miller.
When I was a child, the only thing that would get me to sleep was my parents reading me the takeaway menu from our local Chinese restaurant, the Flying Chopstick.
David's team.
At what age was this?
I'd say it kicked off at 7 and probably lasted about a year.
Was it read out in any type of accent?
No. Well, my dad...
Would you say any type?
Any type.
There's one specific one. If they were in a French accent, it'd be nice. It's quite surreal, isn't it? But I'll go with it.
My dad is half Polish, half Lithuanian, so it had a sort of Eastern European tinge.
Could you give us a kind of a little rendition?
So it would be something along the lines of...
This will be interesting.
It'll be something
We'll just separate ourselves from the person doing the routine.
You don't want to be in the clip when it comes on the news, do you?
So Dad would say, for example, black bean with chop suey, something like that. Black bean.
Was your dad the fella from Sesame Street? One pork balls. Two lovely pork balls.
You know, lychee for the end of the menu.
Lychee, that's
Yeah, I know that. The Flying Chopstick, they just serve a single lychee, don't they?
Yeah.
Lychee.
It was the staple. It was the 70s. Things were a little bit sparse then. It was Wilson's, you know, things are hard. I can't remember his speech, but you know the one I mean. Things are terrible.
Wilson's things are hard.
Wilson's things are hard.
Harold Wilson, things are hard.
We've only got lychees. Things are hard. We've only got lychees, guys. How far into the menu would you drift off?
That's a very good question.
That's why I asked it.
Yeah. My eye would be sort of fully open, like that. A little bit like...
Just one eye open.
One eye open, always looking, always just checking. And then I would say, by the end of the first page, the eye would be down.
So you used to go to sleep half a face at a time?
Can you remember the first time that this happened?
It would have been... I think it was on a Friday night. Mum and Dad would have been entertaining, and I laughed a lot and then fell asleep.
So what do you think, then? David Hay, how is this striking you?
The detail, the fact that she knew straight away what day it was on a Friday night. I don't remember what day it was when you were 7.
Oh, I
can't
did.
remember last week. I get punched in the head for a living, but...
But David, they did it a lot. They did it a lot.
Repetition, eh?
Repetition. So I knew the menu back to front because they had to do it so often.
Well, that's just Chinese. It would be that way, no, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
Romesh, what are you thinking?
I think it... I don't buy it.
David? Actually, I've got two Davids. We'll call you the Haymaker and the Librarian. What are you thinking, David?
Well, I think I don't believe it.
Do you realise... I like the system you've got there. We're going to call you the Haymaker and the Librarian. So what do you think, David?
I don't think she's at the age of 7.
Yeah.
I think a 7-year-old child will require a coherent story.
All right, so you're saying it's a lie. Well, let's find out. Mel, truth or lie?
The story was, in fact, a lie!
So please welcome this week's special guest, Richard. So, John, what is Richard to you?
This is Richard. He's the stunt horse rider who galloped me through a moonlit forest so I wouldn't miss the Man United Bolton game.
Gabby, how do you know Richard?
This is Richard. He is the flight attendant who persuaded me I wasn't dying, but I had trapped wind.
And finally, David, what's your relationship with Richard?
This is Richard. He came to my aid at the local tip when I lost my specs in his great big skip.
Lovely. So, there we have it. Lee.
Right. Would you like me to describe him, by the way? Would that help you suss out which of the three he might know?
Yeah, a little bit of audio description.
OK, well, he looks quite a cool dude, actually, so we can rule out that he knows David. Actually, I think you might know him because he's dressed as a policeman and he's not talking.
So who are you going to quiz first?
Right, John. He's the stuntman that covered you.
No, we were using horses in this production I was filming, and we were in Scotland, and that's when he offered to help me.
But what was it you said? You said he galloped you to a television. So what, you got on the back, spooned behind him?
Well... I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say I was spooning him. No, I was just riding on the back of his horse.
And you were clothed?
Fully clothed. Yeah.
And the horse would have been quicker than a car in this instance?
In this instance, yes. We talked about it early in the day, and he said, I know exactly where you can watch it. There's a pub over there, and I can definitely get you there for kick-off. And
he literally pulled up outside the pub, you jumped off and ran into the pub like a desperate cowboy?
Well, no, he came in with me.
Oh, he came in with you?
Yeah,
And
with
where
the
did you
horse.
put the... Yeah.
Tied it up outside
You tied it up outside on the thing? Was this in, like, mid-America in the 1870s? What do you mean you tied... What thing did you tie it to?
Well, I didn't see. I just got off the horse, and then he came in.
You got where you were going and you went into a bar and you didn't take the horse purely for the joke that would have followed.
Am I the only one who doesn't know what the joke would...
The reason why you
Why
don't...
the long face?
Yeah, but the reason why you've never heard that joke, Rob, is because it's a bit sensitive with you, isn't it?
You sound like you've got quite a little round face.
Isn't that lovely? Yeah. Thank you very much, Chris. I sound like...
It wasn't meant to be a compliment, but...
What kind of faces did the rest of us sound like we have?
That's quite interesting, yeah.
Take some time with Lee in particular.
Lee just... He sounds like he looks like a cheeky little monkey who's the only one that knows he's about to fling a poo.
Wow. That kind of... Please, can I use that on my posters for the next tour? What about David?
Oh, David! From voice alone. He sounds like he looks like a Toby jug of a duck.
That is bang on.
I mean, I think the
that is the image I go for.
I think this deaf neighbour of yours was right the first time. Right. Lee, who would you like to quiz next?
OK, Gabby.
Just remind us, Gabby, for the benefit
this is
of the
Richard,
slower
and he
members.
is the airline steward who persuaded me I wasn't dying. I had trapped wind.
OK, so what were your symptoms?
I felt like really breathless, and I just couldn't... I felt like I couldn't get a breath at first.
You hadn't opened the window again, had you?
And, my husband looked across the aisle and said, "You look a bit pale."
Well, you say your husband looked across, you mean he came from economy up to first class.
He said, "You look a bit pale," and I said, I can't get any breath, and I felt really, really uncomfortable.
Where were you going to?
We were going home.
From?
Well, that helps us. We were going home.
We were going from Gibraltar.
Quite close to home at this point?
No, quite early on in the flight, about
OK.
10, 15 minutes into the flight, I started to feel a bit dodgy. Anyway, then, lo and behold, Richard came down and he said, "You all right?" I said, "I'm really not feeling great, actually." He said, "Come up here," and brought me up into the galley.
Yeah.
And then, well, I heard him talking to the captain, and then I heard the word doctor being mentioned, and I heard the words...
Oh, my God, what do you mean you heard the word doctor? Because that could be quite scary if he said, "Listen, pilot, we need a..." I'm not a pilot, actually, I'm a doctor. That would have released the wind.
I thought I was dying. I thought I'd ruptured my appendix or something like that.
And what kind of things did he say to calm you down?
I think he said, well, if we do go down in the sea, don't worry, you're full of wind, you'll float for longer. And then
Well, at some point...
Chilled her out.
At some point, he kind of knelt down in his very caring way and said, "There is a possibility this could be trapped wind," which filled me with horror, because it was just going to all come out at some point, and that's embarrassing.
Yeah, but better than dying.
So then he just went one step further, and he said to me, "If we lower the plane, there's a good chance..."
Well, so your internal pressure would be less?
So he said, "There's a good chance it could come out, but I've got to warn you..."
Whoa. Would that work? Does the science add up there that you're more likely to release wind?
At this
Otherwise,
point...
by that logic, everyone would be farting on takeoff.
you're not saying that it was beginning its descent?
Well, I don't know how far out it would begin its descent, but...
Well, not 15 minutes after takeoff.
No, it wasn't 15 minutes. By this point, we're like over halfway into the journey.
So he said to the cockpit, bring it down, and did they do that?
Apparently, they did.
Quick, bring the plane down. I think she might blow.
Yeah. So what happens? They bring it down, and what was the effect on you?
Well, within a few seconds, minutes maybe, a tiny little burp came out of my mouth.
Of your mouth?
Out of your mouth?
Yes. And I thought, that's it. I'm good. And I walked back to my seat.
Did everybody cheer and clap?
Yeah. The truth is, when I say that...
The truth is, it didn't happen, Gabby. That's the truth.
The truth is, when
None of this has ever happened. I don't think you've even ever been to Gibraltar. The only bit of this that I believe is that you fart a lot.
What about David? Remind us of your claim.
This is Richard. He came to my aid at the local tip when I lost my specs in his great big skip.
What were you doing at the tip? What were you getting rid of?
I was getting...
Not another body, David.
Not another body, no. I bury them. Cover them in acid. But no, this was 2 CD players and a DVD player.
What did you do with them at the tip?
I put them in the small electrical goods skip thing.
And so what did you do? Did you lean right over to put them further in the middle?
I leant right over.
Did you place them? Was it a shallow skip?
No, it was deep. You had to go up a staircase, like a wheelie set of stairs.
Yes. Now, most people throw things in skips by just lobbing them. They don't lean over. And I'm trying to work out...
Upstairs and then lean over, no?
Yeah, the up the stairs thing, I'm not quite... I mean, how tall was this skip?
Why didn't you just throw them in?
It was about a foot high, but I thought it would be fun to climb a staircase.
Take us now to the crux. The losing of the glasses.
The losing of the glasses. OK, so I'm throw the things in, the skip, and they make a crashing sound, and I lean in to peer to see what I, in my mightiness, have wrought. My glasses were a bit loose, and...
You had quite a sweaty head from all of the effort of lugging the 2 CD players and the DVD
the effort
player.
going up all the stairs thinking, this isn't very practical. What if I was throwing away a dishwasher? And they slid down my sweaty Toby jug duck beak.
And fell into the skip?
And fell into the skip.
Did you shout for help?
I went, excuse me!
And then what, Richard appeared?
He appears, he goes into the skip.
Yeah?
I mean, I'd explained in words what had happened. I said, my glasses just fell off. They should be directly below here.
And did he not say, well, in you go, then?
Yeah, why did he think
he
it was
didn't
his
say in you
job
go
to do
then.
that?
He said, it's all right, I'll go in and get them.
And did you ask why?
Why he'd go in and get them?
Yeah.
Why, did I want to talk him out of it?
So he'd come over and you'd said, could you go and get my glasses?
I quacked, he gave me some bread. I said, actually, that's not good for me, I need seed.
Never, ever say that to a stranger at the tip.
So, did you get the glasses?
Yes.
Good. Right, we need an answer. So, Lee's team, is Richard John's horseback hero, Gabby's steward saviour, or David's rubbish rescuer?
Oh, tricky.
Really tricky.
Chris.
I can't go with Gabby myself.
I don't know. Like, trapped wind is very painful.
What about David?
If anybody's going to the tip to do the physical work, it's Mrs. Mitchell, isn't it?
So who are you thinking, John?
Well, we were chatting earlier in the green room, and he told me he was a Man United fan.
OK.
OK, so what are you going to say, Lee?
We'll go John.
You're going John. OK. Richard, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Richard, and I am the flight attendant that helped Gabby.
Richard, you're on national television. Did you ask the pilot to lower the plane?
We were descending anyway.
Yes. Richard is Gabby's steward saviour. Thank you very much, Richard.